Meet Latasha Casey with Positive Outcomes Mentoring in Dance, also known as the POM Squad.
Hi, my name is Tasha Casey, and I'm the founder of Positive Outcome Mentoring and Dance Incorporated. It's a nonprofit dance and mentoring program for girls ages 3 to 18 located in Silver Spring, Maryland.
And I am Angela Thompson with ArKAngel Enterprises, LLC, and I have the unique pleasure and opportunity to be here with Latasha Casey, also known as my beautiful niece. And so we've been talking all month with folks and how we know each other. Well, that kind of explains it all. I've known this amazing young person since she was born, and I can tell you she is absolutely a joy. She's so dedicated and she's so intentional and she's so talented, and I am so super, super proud of her. And so we're going to get right into the POM Squad, and we're going to talk about what inspired you to start the POM Squad. We're going to talk about everything is in the name. How did you come up with the name? Your journey to get here. And then we're going to also chat about how folks can reach out to you to come and see the wonderful performances that you render, and also how to support POM Squad. So let's talk about how the POM Squad got its name.
Okay, so I was a Washington Redskins cheerleader. I knew from a young age when I first started dancing that I always wanted to start a dance studio. And it wasn't that I was a Washington Redskins cheerleader. I was like, oh, let me just start this program. It was something that was a part of me from a young age. To tell you a little bit more about this story, I think being a Washington Redskins cheerleader inspired me to call it POM because, one, POMs are very sparkly and fun to use. And at the time, I thought that our community, or just like girls in general, just needed a positive outlet. So that's where the acronym comes in. So POM is short for Positive Outcome Mentoring and Dance Incorporated. So the POM stands for Positive Outcome Mentoring. POM is also a dance style, which incorporates a lot of jazz technique, a lot of ballet technique, a lot of hip hop. Most of the time when you see an NFL or NBA dance team, they're doing the POM style dance. They've been trained since when they were younger in those styles of ballet and jazz and hip hop, and it transfers to what they do on the field or on the court.
That is awesome. And I do know that you have not always been the POM Squad. You have pivoted from a journey that has led you to the POM Squad. Let's talk about other avenues that you pursued and then how you landed here. So I guess, is it starting with the inspiration of the art?
It was kind of like a talent show in a way, where it was different genres of art. So it could be dance, it could be singing, it could be even visual art. We had a few comedians come through. So the idea was that we would all work together to put on this production. So each act would have a couple of minutes to be on stage, and then the proceeds would be donated to a specific organization. It wasn't always the same organization every year, but it would always be like a nonprofit that I felt was close to my heart. And I did it for maybe like 5 years or so. After that, before I started POM Squad, I had another kids program called Culture Smarts. Again, another arts program. Basically, the idea behind Culture Smarts was to introduce kids to different cultures around the world, but through the arts. So for example, Brazil, we would use the art forms and food and music and culture of that specific country to introduce it to children in a fun way. And then I decided to do POM.
I will tell you, having taken that journey with you for each of those adventures, each one is incredible all by itself. The reason why I asked that question is because these moments that we're sharing now will inspire others, others that think, well, wait a minute, what I'm currently doing is working, but it may not be ideal for what ultimately I want to do. And it teaches us the power to pivot and to excel, just to follow that path, to follow that journey wherever it leads us. Look at you now. And so one of the things that I want to let everybody know too that's tuning in, if you have not seen a POM performance, you are really doing yourself a disservice. Latasha works with these young people and her entire team, and the joy, if nothing else, the joy of how they feel as an outcome of what they do is everything, is absolutely everything. And then when you infuse the talent and that talent fuse the passion and the joy, it's just a working relationship that just kind of manifests all by itself. And so kudos to you, Tasha, and your entire team for doing what you do for the young girls. And let's talk a little bit about the people that you serve, and that is young women. This is not open to young men. What was the reason for that? What led you to making this exclusively an opportunity for young women?
That's a really good question. So I guess I just have a heart for girls and young women. I feel like growing up as a young lady myself, there's a lot of internal struggles that a lot of us go through. Maybe it's just like low self-esteem or, whatever the case might be. We all are individuals. So there's a myriad of things that we go through as women. And I feel like just having a supportive community of women, being positive, inspiring each other and like uplifting each other, and just having a sisterhood is important to me. I thought that we needed something that was inspiring and that can hopefully change the direction for them in a positive way. Everybody doesn't have the same stories. This is your safe space. We're going to try our best to take good care of you. We're going to try our best to cheer you on and support you, even if it's not dance. If it's you go through our program and at the end of the day, maybe dance helped you by giving you more self-esteem, more confidence. Maybe it helped you be better with your time management. Maybe it helped you be more resilient, or maybe it helped you say, okay, I can set a goal for myself and I can achieve that goal. And even though it might not be dance related, it could go for college, it could go for work one day down the line. So I think most importantly, I felt like the program could teach life skills. It was just important for me to have it be just to have a safe space for girls to learn those things.
And I think you've nailed it too, because my observation is that you built a community. You built a community with your young girls. That community has extended to the parents, the moms, and also to the family. And so when you see the POM squad together, the first thing that you see are these beautiful, bright pink jackets. And now we've got this whole community of POM proud parents. And it's just amazing to see and how everybody feeds off of your energy. And so it is absolutely wonderful. You are a competitive dance squad. So let's talk about the competition aspect of what you all do.
Yeah, of course. So we do have different aspects of our program. So we do have a recreational side and then we have our competitive side. So our competitive dancers are dancers that have kind of said, yes, I am committed. I want to get better. I want to dedicate my time to honing my craft. So our competitive dancers right now, they all spend about 3 days in the studio. So that averages out to about 8 to 9 hours. Like the younger kids are more on the lower side of that, but they all come three days a week. They train in ballet, jazz, and then they perform in lyrical, jazz, POM, and hip hop. So on the competition floor and on our showcases and everything like that, they're performing at least 4 routines. We have some girls that do more, like they opted to do solos or duets. So they do have a little bit more. Usually our first competition is like in the springs.
Tell us about your different programs. So you mentioned recreation, we mentioned competition. Any other programs that we have at the POM Squad?
Yeah, so our recreational program kind of branches off into a few other programs. So we have a performance squad, which is very similar to our competitive squad. The only difference is that they don't compete. It's just strictly for performance. So they perform in parades and other community events throughout the season. And then we have our after school programs, which means that we go into the schools, and most of them are public schools, and we teach about an hour-long class. And then we also have summer camp. So summer camp runs, this year we're doing, I think, 8 weeks of summer camp. And this year we have different themes. So each week is a different theme. Like we have a Taylor Swift theme, we have a Barbie theme. There'll be lots of dancing. There'll be like arts and crafts. Kids will have an opportunity to go outside to the playground. So it's going to be a lot of fun this year.
That is awesome. That is so awesome. What age group comprised of your program?
So we start at age 3 and then we go up to 18.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. And I also know that you give them the opportunity to perform with professional sports organization like the Wizards. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we actually have our Wizards halftime performance coming up next month, April 5th. I think we have maybe 34 kids performing this year. It's going to be a really good show. And then our other recreational classes are going to have 2 opportunities to perform. So we have 2 showcases. We have a spring showcase and a winter showcase. So those will be opportunities for the other children to perform as well.
And those showcases are nothing short of amazing as well. That's when everybody comes and culminates, right? And,
yes.
And every routine is able to be seen. Mm-hmm. And let's talk about your gala, your annual gala.
The Rose Gold Gala. So this year, I think we're going to push it to October. But it's a fun event. For the past 2 years, we've done it in June. And then it's also an opportunity to raise money and to raise awareness about what we're doing. While we're going into our 3rd year, hopefully it's not just break even this year, but we actually are able to raise some money, additional funds to help make dance more accessible to all children. It's a really big part of my heart. And while it's a big part of my heart, I can't afford to pay out of my own pocket or out of POM's pocket. It just doesn't business-wise make sense. So we do have to get funding or donations from individuals, other businesses or foundations that can help us to provide some of this financial assistance to children that can't afford to dance. So that's one big part of the gala. We're pushing it back so that we have a good turnout this year.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Tell us, we talked about the fact that you are a nonprofit organization, and with nonprofits, people can donate and help you towards your success. What is the best way to pour into the POM Squad? How can people make a donation?
Yeah, of course. So on our website, which is www.thepomsquad.org/donate, we have a donation form on there that they can select the amount that they want to donate. We also can, accept checks if somebody wants to write a check. Our address should be on the website as well. They can mail it straight to our studio address. We also have something called our Dancers Donor Box, which is connected directly to our donation page. This is something new that we've done. This is really expensive. The goal was to do more competitions, more dances. They wanted to be in the studio more. So I was like, okay, let's create a individual dancers page for each dancer. Their parents have to do it for them. Basically, they can create this donor page for their dancer, and they can send it to their family and friends, and they can choose to do just a one-time donation, or they can choose to do a monthly donation for that specific dancer. It goes straight to the dancer's account. It benefits them for their costumes, for their competition fees, for their tuition if they want to. This year, primarily, it goes straight to competition fees, but if there's any rollover, it can go as well. I have a couple dancers that did extremely well. Like I have one dancer that currently has like an $1,800 credit on her account because she raised so much money.
That's awesome.
So, and then she actually, one of the, I guess her friend, they're not on the same team, but they're friends. The moms are friends and the girls are friends. And one of the moms was kind of in a tough spot. And she was like, can I donate some money from my daughter's donor box to help the other dancer?
There's that community. Look at that. I love that. And the fact that you have intentionally made a way for them to get funded to perfect their craft for money that goes directly to them. It's not overhead. It's nothing like that. It's their cost to participate in the program. Kudos to you for doing that. That is absolutely awesome. I know you are located in the Silver Spring area. Give everybody the address of where you're located. And then if they want to join the POM Squad, what is the best way?
Of course. Let me start with the address first. Our address is 10126 Colesville Road, and we're on the 2nd floor. And again, it's in Silver Spring, Maryland. We're right across the street from, we're close to Blair High School, and we're right across the street from Woodmore Shopping Center. As far as joining right now, we always are taking free trials. So you could book a free trial on our website anytime. Right now, we have trials on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. When somebody is interested, we direct them to take a free trial in our recreational department first, just to see if it's a good fit. If they're like extremely good and the teacher's like, we really need to put this kid in a different performance squad or competitive squad, we'll make considerations. In this late of the season, there's still opportunity to be involved in performance squad. Competitive program, it's a little too late in the game to start this school year, but we will be having auditions in the summertime for new competitive dancers. We do have a novice competitive program. The kid is just starting out and they're really interested and the family is really committed to being a part of the dance community. We will teach them. They don't have to come in having experience. I think competitive program is the best way to start because the recreation program might be too slow. It's only 45 minutes once a week. And you're only working on probably just one style of dance. With the competitive program, you're getting ballet, you're getting jazz, you're getting hip hop. So you're becoming more of a well-rounded dancer quicker.
I love that. What we didn't cover is a little bit about your background in dance. I think we started at the point where you were a Washington Redskins phenomenal cheerleader, but prior to that, you danced most of your life, and you also have a degree in dance at George Mason University. So you didn't wake up one day and say, I just think I want to dance.
No. So actually, I was introduced to dance by Toyana, your daughter. I think I went to like one of her recitals one year, and I was like, I want to do that too. I like literally followed her footsteps for the majority of my life. But I fell in love with it, and I think I didn't really start dancing until I was like 9 or 10. So it's kind of late compared to other children that start like 2 or 3 years old. I started at Lyndon Natoli's, and then I transferred over to Christian Dance Academy. And when I transferred over to Christian Dance Academy, I was about 14 at the time, about to go into high school. I was with kids my age, but they were like so much better than me. And I was like, what in the world? So I was dancing with the younger kids. And it really motivated me to work harder because I was like, I don't want to dance with these babies. Like, I want to dance with the kids my age. And so it really pushed me, so I went through high school. I danced at Bishop McNamara a little bit. I was on the POM team and I took some classes there. And then I continued to dance at the studio as well. And I was like, I want more. I want to learn more. I want to be better. So that's why I decided to major in dance. And the idea was I actually wanted to do sports medicine and dance, but I didn't realize at the time that the two campuses were like completely opposite of each other. So that didn't quite work out. So I decided to stick with dance. And then I was like, okay, I really like arts. I really like the nonprofit sector. So I decided to get my master's in arts management from Mason as well. And I also danced in my church. I think a big part of me is that I like to dance in the dance ministry. Just inspire people through dance in any way that I could.
I love it. Talk about your teachers real quick.
Most of them have a degree in dance, actually. There's a few that have a degree in dance where they danced in college in some capacity, or they just grew up dancing and they wanted to continue to show their passion and to other children. But they're awesome. Just a little backstory. My family went through a really tough time earlier this year, and I was completely out of the teaching for a while. And the coaches stepped up, and I wasn't in the studio for about a month. Really only going to the studio about 2 days a week right now. And it's really only because by the grace of God, I have an amazing staff that can hold it down while I'm not there. Obviously, a part of it is also having systems and processes in place, and being okay with delegating. It's been 10 years and I've kind of like have all the things stored in my brain. So it's like saying, okay, like putting things on paper and creating processes, and then say, okay, you have the ability, I give you the power to do this thing. Starting off with 6 kids in the program and being able to manage that and respond to emails like within minutes. And in the beginning, that's how it was. Like I was doing everything. I was able to get stuff done. And I didn't have kids. Like I have 3 kids now. Now we have, I think, 130 children in our program. And so my ability to respond to emails and to get things done is not as swift, to be quite honest. Some days I don't even, like with my youngest daughter, 7, who was in the hospital, some days we're at doctor's appointments all day, and she has a lot of outpatient visits, so I might not get anything POM related done that day, or I might have to wait until like the wee hours of the night or the wee hours of the morning to get it done. So having a staff that can help with these things, and that's really where the admin team kind of helps with like some of the transactional stuff and like enrollment type things and marketing, has really been a big help this past season.
You know, we have not talked a lot about processes being put in place, but I think that's key. A lot of times businesses will start out and they don't have processes. And so when things happen, it's happening to them because they're not prepared. They don't have anything in place to kind of help offset life, right? And life does happen. That's great. And so we will call upon the community to help out. So all of those things that you were doing yourself, having more funds to maintain the staff that you have, I think is just going to be critical. And kudos to your staff for jumping in. And kudos again to you for putting those things in place. Those that don't know, Latasha has 3 amazing little daughters that look up to you, and you are a super mom. I know we're out of time. You have to pick up Phoenix, but I just want to thank you so much. Tasha, you are everything. And if anybody gets an opportunity to see one of your performances, they will see what I see. I am so, so proud of you. Everyone, I introduce you to my beautiful niece, Latasha, and the POM squad. She is a friend of yours. And so thank you so much, Tasha. Have an awesome day.
Thank you. Love you. Thank you so much.
Love you.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye-bye.